what situation you might have with your hands, you'll be able to hold the golf club. I've always said if I can attach you to the club, I can teach you.
Sure.
But this particular glove has 4 features. You can see the knuckles. So at address, you can see 2 to 3 knuckles. The club lays diagonally through your fingers, the heel pad on top, and the loop locks the club in. Now, anyone can use it. If you're playing a tournament, you can just put it like that,
Right.
see, and use it. But you'd be surprised how many hundreds of people I have taught that have burned up their hands, lost their fingers. I have a fellow from Oshkosh that I've worked with for a long time, and he was born with all his fingers different sizes. Now, I've taught people who are dwarfs. I have somebody who's 7'5". Okay? I've taught people that are blind. Those stories are published and they're on the website. Okay? Many of the military. When I spoke at the 8th Congressional Congress on disabilities in 2007, I came back with kind of a nightmare. What I saw at Walter Reed was just unbelievable. You know, our kids, 18, 19, 20, really badly burned up. I mean, really bad. If you make it through the burn center, then you get to go to Walter Reed and get prosthetics. I saw guys building Lego with a prosthetic arm. But I came back from there and I tried to seek out who I could work with to get connected with the military, and I've become best friends with Jeff Unger, who for years worked directly underneath the general. And we've had hundreds of people come here. And, you know, they're all calling. Everybody's calling. But, you know, I must have 100 different people who come here on a regular basis who are disabled or physically challenged, and they've got no place to go. We have an autism program. All the kids from the high schools come here for the golf teams and for Phi Ed. And you would think that we'd be open. We do more here than, you know, for this community than probably any place in the state, and there's nowhere like this in the country where we make clubs, you can try different shafts. We've designed hundreds of different heads. Fitted so many different people with clubs that have improved their game. I have a lady from Minnesota who came here, and I can't really show you any pictures or that because I never did get her permission to do that. I have just, in the book I wrote, case studies, but those are all people that, you know, signed and allowed us to do that. But I worked with a lady who actually lost her hands and her feet and got her to play. But again, this is kind of tough for us. Right now, we'd be selling a lot of golf clubs. We'd be giving a lot of lessons. And our range would be busy. The range in itself can't really generate enough revenue to even maintain something like this, or the payroll and all the staff that we have that work for us. So we have to give a lot of lessons and sell a lot of clubs. And, you know, right now we could be selling clubs outside. My friend, Pete Burke, who's a great carpenter, built everything in our place. He told me last week he went to Shields and bought 1,000 rounds of bullets. And when the police were here and weren't going to let anybody in this place, I says, how come Shields is open?
Right.
They sell golf clubs. All these stores are selling golf clubs. They're packed with people. They're not 6 feet apart, and they're not wearing masks. But how come Shields can be open? People are buying clubs there.
Right.
Well, he says they sell guns and bullets. I said, oh, so maybe I should get a license to sell guns and bullets here?
And then
It's,
you'd be able to be open.
yeah, I'd be able to be open. It's incomprehensible.
So tell me, what correspondence with if any, with the governor's office have you had? Have you reached out to them? Have you heard anything
Yeah, I did.
back?
Yeah, I did. I wrote to Roger Roth. He was really kind enough last fall. Unexpectedly, I got this beautiful letter on this great stationery congratulating me on the 2019 PGA Patriot Award. So I kept that, and I wrote to him, wrote to the governor, explained what we do here, and I said, you know, if this goes on for any length of time, you're going to probably have more wounded military fellows committing suicide than dying from this virus. And wouldn't you know, Trump said the same thing the next day on television. Now, originally, no carts were going to be out on the golf courses. So I said, you know, if all these people that I work with that are disabled can't play on the golf course with no carts, and they can't come here, well, this is against the American Disabilities Act. So they let them use carts, and I'm still closed. Now everybody has carts. You can talk to pros. You can go to different golf courses. They got bev carts out there. At Ridgeway, you can go in the clubhouse to use the bathroom. They're not using that outhouse. You can get food, you know, almost anywhere. They got bev carts on the golf courses, so it's pretty much like it was.
Right.
You can still get food. You just can't eat inside. Okay?
Right.
So where are we going with this? I thought, well, you know, if they want to do this, okay. I don't know how long I can last, but right now we have it set up so you can play a par 3.
Yeah.
When I built this, you can see all those big greens out there. Those greens are as big as the ones at Chaska or at Century World. They're big greens. So we've got it set up so that you can play as a par 3. It's kind of designed that way. And the ones going across the water here to the green and across the water over here be a little tricky for the kids, but I'm sure the adults will like it. But for them, it would be kind of a wedge course. But I'm sure that the folks at this time, with the weather being nice and the kids being cooped up, there's thousands of families out here. You know, we have two high schools here and 2 junior schools here. But the Lutheran school's right up the road, and North is right up there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they want to get out, and it doesn't take long to do that, to play a par 3. But I'm looking forward to seeing people. I just want to get people out here.
Right.
Okay, I don't want to feel sorry for myself. I don't want to say anything bad about the governor. I know he doesn't play golf. I'm kind of upset with our PGA that they hired this lobbyist, the Wisconsin Golf Association and the PGA paid for this guy who's in Madison, name's Peterson. But all 5 of the golf associations, the owners, the superintendents, PGA professionals, Wisconsin Golf Association, PGA Junior Foundation, all 5 of them, they set this thing up and sacrificed the ranges. Why? Why? My place is safer than a golf course, by far. By far. We can separate these as far apart as we want to. They can pitch and chip and putt on those greens out there, and kids love coming here. You know, it's great seeing a grandfather bringing his kids here, you know, during the day, and dads bringing their kids here in the evening, and then they feed the fish. the fish think that, well, they're safe here. They don't know what us Catholics do on Friday, but they, you know, the kids love coming here, and I don't know who gets a better kick out of it than me, but through the years, I have built thousands of golf clubs, and we can repair any golf club made. We made clubs for different companies. I started TaylorMade for Gary Adams. He was one of my best friends. He used to stay at my house when he worked for Tommy Armour when he was a salesman. He was national sales manager and he quit. And he wanted to start a metalwood company, and he was getting heads from the same place, foundry that I was getting our iron heads and that from. And for the first 3 years, we made all the TaylorMade golf clubs here.
Interesting.
Not a lot of people know that. I probably shot myself in the foot because I really enjoy making persimmon, and I think they feel better. But we've been very successful. Our No Bananas line of clubs in '05 beat all the other drivers, and we were continually in the hot list after that. And it was a good thing. It really worked out well because Richmond Street was closed one year, and then they closed the road right in front of us, JJ, the following year, right in the middle of June. I thought, what are we going to do? But fortunately, with all the No Bananas clubs that we had and we were selling online, we were able to get through that. Now, I've had 14 surgeries in the last 5 years. Just about everything's been replaced on my right side except, I guess, my ear, okay? But I had 4 hip surgeries. The first surgery, the hip broke. Right after it was put in, I was full of staph all year. Finally started going to Mayo, and that hip busted out. And I didn't have a hip from July through the end of the year. It'll take a while. I'm learning how to walk all over again. But I'll do it, and I can teach. And people don't care if I'm in a golf cart or whatever. They want to see me,
Right.
So I want people to come out here so bad that I don't care if we charge anything for them to play the par 3. I just, we get hundreds of phone calls. And they keep saying, why can't you open? Well, because we got all kinds of police cars here.
Yeah.
Why pick on me? For 21 years, I've had all these schools here. I don't charge them anything. The golf teams. It's been great. I love what I do. I'll work till I die. They keep putting me back together. I got the greatest doctors at Mayo right now. So, really, really great doctors. This Dr. Osmond, who's the infectious disease doctor, calls me every week, sometimes twice a week. Because my immune system probably wouldn't work out too good with this virus. But I wear a mask, and anybody who comes here, I wrote all these ideas up for people to come here and still be able to, use this range. We'll even provide masks for them, hand sanitizers. I'm going to give you those things that you can take with you and read, because I'm gonna send this to this lobbyist and to the governor and to every single one of these state senators, and maybe I'll get their attention. I don't know. But I hope so.
You haven't heard anything back from the government as of this point?
No. And it really doesn't look like Joe Stadler is going to do anything to get the ranges open, our executive director. And I don't know why. I just don't understand it. I'm afraid this governor is going to continue with this stuff. And a lot of governors are doing that throughout the country. I think they just, I think they want Trump to lose. I don't want to be political, but this country's got to get moving. We can't keep going like this. But it blows my mind how all the big box stores and that can be open. And they're selling golf clubs, and I can't teach. Can't give lessons. Can't be open. We have a whole new line of golf clubs that we just designed. But maybe we'll be fortunate enough to sell some, on our website. But it's not the same. I mean, when you come out here, we can fit you for the proper flight trajectory. I have different shafts that have either a low, medium, or high kick point to optimize your ball flight, and different head styles. And we absolutely are certain that when we fit somebody for clubs and when they take lessons,